What's poppin', internet? Welcome to a special episode of the Synced Up Podcast where we're going to talk about E3.
Woo!
We usually talk about news, games,
Day
and a
one.
little fun in between, which we're just going to talk about news and games today. We're not going to be sandwiching a lot. Well,
No
it is
fun.
fun. It's fun to talk about this stuff.
Strictly business.
But we're going to be talking about E3 today. We're going to be recapping the week leading up to E3 and day one of E3 minus the VR showcase. We're not going to watch that. We don't find it super important to what we got going on here. Plus, I got to,
VR is not the future no more.
Yeah, I mean, VR is the... I don't know.
I feel like VR is the now,
but not the future.
No, the
Yeah,
future
maybe.
is haptic feedback.
Hey, I'm one of your hosts, Timothy DeRoe, and joining me this week is your boy, obviously, Michael Clare. How you doing? How you doing, Big Mike, on this fine Saturday?
First, maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe a Nintendo Direct.
Nintendo Directs are always on
Tuesdays and Thursdays. Yeah, weird stuff like that.
I don't think anything's on Saturday.
Maybe
really.
this is the first Saturday. I don't know. We've probably done one before.
It's a Saturday, and it's going to get uploaded immediately, so you're going to get a shit popping up in your feed.
At like 7 p.m.
Yeah, like 7 p.m. It's a little weird, but we're going to be recapping. Tomorrow we're going to recap the Xbox Showcase is going to get its own episode, the Square Enix Showcase is going to get its own episode, and the PC Gaming Show is going to get its own episode.
Shout
Monday,
out to Frankie.
maybe on Monday, who knows. And then Tuesday, Mike by himself will recap the Nintendo Direct. By himself. And then me and him might recap the Bandai Namco event if there's anything worth a damn in
I don't know how I'm going to do it.
All the normal podcast stuff you'll get again next week. We might double up on This Week in Gaming and do a big reader mail section or something like that. I don't know. Just in case we don't have a lot.
Don't worry about it.
Just in case there's not a lot of news next week because we would have recapped all of this. And so we don't really think there's going to be a ton of news. But before we get into this E3 day one and week leading up recap, a little bit of housekeeping for you. Do you enjoy our show?
Yes.
If you do, you should consider supporting us on Patreon at patreon.com/syncedup, where for $1 you can get access to our lovely, lovely Discord where we talk about E3 a lot.
A lot
Play
today.
Knockout City.
A
Decent amount. Play Apex.
A good week.
Talk about just stuff.
Yeah.
Just a lot of things going on.
Just good vibes.
Or for $5, you can get access to post shows of both of our shows and much more, all from youtube.com/synceduppodcast and podcasting services around the globe. New episodes of the normal show go up in both of those feeds. Mondays, 7 a.m. Central Time Zone. Gang. You can also write into our show at synceduppod. Ooh, I almost said podcast. synceduppod@gmail.com with any questions, comments, or concerns, and we may read them on the show. You should also follow us on Twitter at syncedup. Oh, there goes something in the throat.
At synceduppod.
To keep up to date with all of our content across the board. Now let's just get right into it. I just got
a lot of stuff.
Little document here where we're just going to talk about some shit, and I got one item here first. Kicking it off on Wednesday, the Battlefield event for Battlefield 2042. Did you watch this event?
I did not.
So interesting thing, they said this event starts at 9 in the morning. Be there to watch it. And I said, okay. And then you pop there at 9 in the morning, and then it said, hey, here's an hour timer.
See, do you not have Nibel on tweet notifications?
What? Did he say that?
Well, he said, heads up, this is for the countdown. Because in the thing, it
some
says,
bullshit.
In the description of that link, when you go to the description, because it was a YouTube video?
Yeah.
Yeah. In the description, it says
countdown.
To the countdown.
And then the countdown redirects you to a premiere to the trailer.
Which was terribly stupid.
It was weird.
I admit, bad.
There was cool stuff in the countdown, little tease things, little audio cues. It was like, ooh, what's going on? So that was kind of cool to have that in the background there. So Battlefield 2042, I don't have any items listed here, so forgive me if I miss some things, but I'm going to recap all the things that I remember and that I know. So to kick it off,
Big map.
Yeah, big max. But Battlefield 2042 announced for October 22nd of this year coming out on not exclusively next gen, a little bit on last gen, but there's some interesting things to talk about there. So let's get started with some Battlefield 2042 details. First and foremost, the fact that it's 2042, set in the future, not the far-flung future. And based on the cinematic trailer, did you watch the cinematic trailer?
Maybe. I couldn't tell you.
Okay.
I've watched so much in the past.
Yeah. Well, it was a really, really cool cinematic trailer, very enjoyable. I liked how they embraced the craziness of Battlefield. Battlefield likes to straddle that line between crazy realism and also you can do goofy shit like put C4 on a tank and make it do a backflip and hit a plane that's flying by.
Yeah.
You know, things like that. So it embraced that by showing real serious shit, a lot of players, and then a moment where a jet fighter jumped out of his plane, shot a rocket launcher, took out another jet fighter, climbed back in. It was really cool and awesome. I really enjoyed that because, you know, it's a classic, iconic Battlefield 4 or 3 clip from way, way back in the day that was just so awesome that a player did. So first and foremost here, 128 players.
That's a lot of players.
Big ass maps. Now this is for next gen only. If you're playing on last gen, PS4 or Xbox One, you're going to only get 64 players and smaller versions of these maps. But it was worth noting, it said, oh, I got to sneeze.
Keep it in.
It's going to.
Not a sneeze.
Oh, God.
Look at the light. No, you did it.
Ooh, sorry.
Oh my god.
I tried to turn away from the mic.
Disgusting.
It was really hitting me. Looking at the light gonna make me sneeze more.
No, that's.
No.
See, I don't have to sneeze.
If I look at, do you know that
Easy.
40% of the population sneezes when looking at bright lights?
That means 60% doesn't.
Yeah,
that's the
and
majority.
I'm in the 40%.
Yeah, so you're lame.
You know what? Okay, anyway. So yeah, you'll get smaller maps, but it was worth noting that they did say they want it to still feel as cool as possible.
Yeah.
So the reason they knocked it down so many players and made the map smaller is they didn't want to sacrifice in other areas with these cool weather effects, these new Levolution effects. Obviously, like I just said, Levolution is back from Battlefield 4. Just epic moments in the map where something crazy would happen and fundamentally change the way the map worked. There was a map set in like a rocket launch pad area, and there's a point where the rocket launches, completely changes the map. You get a lot of smoke, you kill a lot of people, things like that. Just moments. We don't know if that's player controlled. If it's anything like Battlefield 4, that is player controlled. There'll be some buttons to hit. They said their destruction tech has been turned up to another notch on the next level, which is really nice. I'm hoping, because in Battlefield 1, Battlefield 4, Battlefield 5, destruction. Everyone who's played Battlefield knows that
That's the main thing.
You can level the map. You can level the whole map. But everyone who's played it also knows that each building in its own way will fall and crumble the same way. Will end up as the same shell. And I'm hoping that what that means is that it'll kind of be different every time. There'll be a wall that's, Rainbow Six Siege, very good destruction elements.
Yes.
You can't do that on a wide scale, but implement something like that, a more specific where the rocket hit, where the wall breaks, not just it's going to fall and then this specific part of the wall is going to be standing every single time you blow this building up.
Now, you touched on it a little bit, but what about the weather?
So the weather, this is a big new part of this game because it is set in the future. Worth noting that there is no campaign for this game, by the way.
Yeah,
and it's
sad.
It's set in the future where the nations have fallen because of hunger and climate change and stuff like that, and so everyone is the unpatriots, I think is what it's called, like farmers, soldiers, just all these people. So that's how you're gonna get your multiplayer skins. Okay. And they want to kind of tell a story through the multiplayer. We've seen that try to happen before. I don't think it's going to be that good, but that's okay. But weather plays a big effect in this game because of climate change. And they did show off a map, like a city map, where a F5 tornado comes through and just starts tearing shit up, right? But it wasn't just the tornado came through and killed stuff. There was dudes in wingsuits that busted out their wingsuits and started flying around. A dude in a car flying in the tornado. So I'm really hoping there's some crazy ass tornado moments where you're flying around and you're just like just in a tornado. That could be really fun and really cool. So weather's gonna play a big effect here for the Levolution on top of just your generic Levolution effects. They have announced that they did away with classes. So there's no longer classes like there was before, where you have the medic, the support with the ammo, the assault for destroying things, and then the recon. You can now attach any type of gun to any type of those classes. If you want to be a guy who revives people and snipes, you can be that now.
That's good.
If you want to be a guy who has the recon, like the spotting flare, but also have an SMG, you can do that. They're no longer locked, and instead they have specialists. So kind of like you're seeing in the newer Call of Duties. But more in the vein of like Black Ops 4. Not the newer Call of Duties, but like Black Ops 4. There's like 10 specialists, each with their own abilities. Specialists have their own abilities, and then there's a bunch of generic abilities and gadgets that you can... They're not abilities, they're just gadgets.
They get their own like perks, right?
And so instead of picking the medic class to be able to have the defibs and the thing, you'll pick a specialist that has the defibs and then put whatever else you want on them, whether it's a grenade launcher, a sniper decoy, a spawn beacon, that type of shit. So they did away with classes. I'm just really excited about this 128 players and excited about the notion they did announce that the gameplay will be revealed tomorrow will be revealed tomorrow. It's not confirmed it's at the Xbox Showcase. You can assume it's going to be at the Xbox Showcase. I mean, what else tomorrow?
It makes sense.
Yeah, so tomorrow the gameplay reveal for Battlefield 2042 is going to happen when EA Play has their own event in a week and a half, so that's worth noting. I have not ruled out that Battlefield 2042 will come to Game Pass day and date. With EA Play being part of Game Pass, with their gameplay reveal being the same day as the Xbox Showcase, even though EA Play has an event in a week and a half, I haven't ruled that out. And because
I think it has to.
It's multiplayer only, no campaign, $70.
Nobody wants to do that.
Exactly. You loop it in with Game Pass, I think.
I'd play it.
Yeah.
I'm not going to play it if it's not on Game Pass.
Yeah, me and Chance are going to play it regardless. If it's on Game Pass, know we're going to be in there on day one, 100%. Exactly. And I'm excited. Me and him went back and played Battlefield 1 after this event. Played it for about 4 hours. So fun. Yeah. So fun. God, it was just so stupid fun running. Me and him just running as a squad, just killing a bunch of dudes, all this crazy shit. Like 15 dudes coming over the hill and just being like, oh, they're trying to mow them down.
Is that the World War I?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. We tried Battlefield 4. It looks too clunky. Battlefield 5 isn't as good as Battlefield 1. But the crazy moments, and that's what 64 players. Just imagine 128 players, dude.
I don't know. I feel like the difference from 64 to 128 is not
so large.
It's large, but I feel like it's not noticeable as a single player, right?
Yeah.
I don't know, 60 people next to me, I don't think it's going to have as crazy of an impact if it's 120, which I think it's cool. I think it's awesome that you can play with that many people, but I don't think it's going to affect my gameplay that much.
We'll have to see.
Obviously, like comparing it from like 8 to 8 to 64 to 64, that's huge.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's going to be huge gameplay wise though.
I don't know. 32 versus 64 v 64 is that's a big jump.
It is. I don't know. Maybe it will.
We'll have to see. Also worth noting, making sure those maps feel big and still full while you play them. They are implementing a bot system where when people leave the game, their character will be replaced by a bot, so the map never feels empty.
I think that's good. That's always kind of been my problem with Battlefield, is that I've always felt like there's these huge maps with a lot of players, but the gameplay felt so. It felt slow. I guess in Battlefield 1 it wasn't as much.
No, it's not a problem. The maps are a lot smaller, more concise, and those battles of 10 people versus 10 people converging on one point, and then 12 and 12 over on this point, they all stay consistent like that. Also implementing a thing where you can see where people are kind of battling on the map, so you know where to spawn. You don't spawn far away. That's not really a problem. But in like Battlefield 4, Battlefield 3, that was definitely
because that's what I remember. That's what I played the most.
But they're implementing this bot system so the map always feels full, which is good. Really, really nice.
And there was another thing. You can change your attachments.
Yes, you can. But some people were saying guns, some people were saying attachments. So I don't know what it is, but whether it's guns or attachments, you will be able to change aspects of your class in-game. Not just because you can always do it in Battlefield where you change your class while you were dead. Yeah. But you can run up as a sniper, see 15 dudes in a building. You don't want to go in there with the bolt action. Some people were saying attachments, so maybe you equip down to a smaller sight. Some people were saying guns where you could switch from a sniper to an SMG.
So I think that's not good. Yeah, it should be attachments, because if we're speaking like on a realistic level,
it just depends on what it is. Like
somebody would do that, right? If they were running into a building, they would take off their scope or something.
I think it depends on how they implement it. Is it an airdrop that lands it in so you can grab it? Is it some weird thing that takes a while, like a 30 seconds of you using some futuristic 3D printer to build you a gun? You know, it just depends on how they implement it.
I guess that's fair. I don't know. I think the attachments is really all you need. I'm not too worried about changing my whole
it'd be nice to throw on a 4x scope for far away, and then once you start getting closer to a building, throw on a red dot to get in there and deep. So that'd be nice. We've seen some robot dogs. We've seen some other gadgets, but that's pretty much all the stuff from the Battlefield event. Get excited for tomorrow. We're going to see gameplay most likely at the Xbox event, and don't hold your breath for it, but I wouldn't be surprised if it gets announced day and date for Game Pass or Game Pass month 1 or 2. Yeah. So that's really, really exciting. Now let's get into the Summer of Games Fest kickoff, an event that started off going into it me saying there's no way this can be really that good, especially after Games Fest last year. Coming out on the other side, really good event, and Jeff Keighley really went hard for this event. So let's get.
I think he did a great job.
Let's just go ahead and get in it with the recap. Sorry to hit you with 15 minutes of Battlefield on the front end. I'm just very passionate about Battlefield. You know me, I love Battlefield. It's one of my favorite franchises. Can't wait for this game to come out. But let's talk about the Summer Games Fest now. So first, they kicked it off with Tiny Tina's Wonderlands announced by Gearbox at Summer Game Fest. So this was cool. It was kind of crazy because I knew Gearbox had their event, and I was like, oh, it's kind of that they put this at the front end. Tiny Tina's Wonderland, a Borderlands game, looter shooter, but now, if anyone ever played the Tiny Tina's Assault on Dragon Keep DLC, where it was a fantasy game, D&D thing, but Borderlands, this is that, but the entire game. All new characters, stallions in the game.
Which I'm very interested, because we talked about it maybe 2 weeks ago, where I was like, Borderlands needs to do something for me
to switch it up, for me to enjoy.
Switch it up. And I think that's it for me, is changing the fan, because I didn't play the Dragon's Keep.
You didn't play the Dragon's Keep.
So this is like a new idea to me.
Yeah, I don't know if it's enough for me, but we still haven't seen any gameplay or anything, because we'll talk about the Gearbox event at the end of this. They didn't show no gameplay or anything, so we don't really know what's coming, but it was a cool trailer.
Key point, Andy Samberg's in it, and that's really all I need.
I love
nice.
Some Andy
Samberg
is nice. Then they announced Metal Slug Tactics. It's bringing back the classic franchise as a turn-based tactical RPG. That was kind of out of the blue and looked kind of cool. That was weird. Looked kind of cool. I seen the trailer and I was like, is this Metal Slug? And then popped up Metal Slug Tactics. I was like, oh, someone is jumping out of their seat right now.
I'm not going to play it, but it is still cool.
Then they brought Kojima on to talk about I don't fucking know what. Dude was just delirious the whole time. He kept referencing 9/11 and COVID, and he was comparing coronavirus to 9/11 and how it was going to switch the world. And he was talking about how he wants to make a game based off of that and kind of change the world like 9/11, and he wanted to use societal things as the ground base for the game.
Because the world operates differently post 9/11, right? The airport is a completely different.
I know what he's saying, but it was just weird.
It was weird.
And him trying to compare that to the foundation of his next game and how he wanted to have these societal elements. And, you know, he did that with Death Stranding where people were like, you were playing the game already and you didn't know. So I don't know what the fuck he's talking about.
He's on another level, and I wish I could be on that level with him.
I want to go in his brain and just see what's going on.
So, okay, for during the Summer Games Fest, was everything not Jeff Keighley pre-recorded?
Yes.
So this whole conversation between him and Kojima was pre-recorded?
Yeah. I believe so.
Okay.
I believe so. There was some that seemed live, like the Giancarlo conversation seemed live.
Yeah, that's why I was confused.
So I don't know. I think it was kind of a mix.
I didn't know if this one
But this one was definitely pre-recorded.
Okay.
And then he came to actually announce Death Stranding Director's Cut coming
in a very strange way.
Yeah, with a Metal Gear intro with him hiding in a box and stuff.
I really thought they were just going to be like
Metal Gear Cross. I don't know. I don't know what they were
going to do, but that's not what I expected.
Me neither.
Director's Cut. Cool.
Mm-hmm. Of course. Then they indie game Sable. It gets a September release date. Sable was the art house looking pastel one where the girl sang over it, the Japanese breakfast.
I missed this one.
Yeah. Looks really cool. We'll talk about it again during the Guerrilla Games Showcase. I'm kind of into it. I wasn't as super into it at this showing, but when they re-showed it, I was like, okay. In the Twitch chat, the cesspool bullshit that it is all the time of just hatred
every day
seemed to be really hyped for Sable for some reason. It was I don't know.
Is it weeb stuff?
No, it's just a weird indie game.
I don't know why.
Kind of like a journey. Kind of I don't know. I don't know what's going on there. And then of course you had your boy Jeff Goldblum come on for Jurassic World Evolution 2. Being Jeff Goldblum, making dumbass jokes.
Yeah.
Making a Jeff. Is it Joff? Is it Geoff?
Joffrey?
Is it Joffrey? You know, you should spell it Jeff. So him doing that. Of course, this game's probably bad, but good to see Jeff Goldblum just doing stuff.
I'm not touching it, but I love me some Jeff Goldblum.
Yep. Then Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War and Warzone Season 4 trailer was shown, and then they announced the World Series of Warzone, which was cool to show like Tim the Tap Man and a couple of other players, Nade Shot, and some people I didn't know making their own teams to compete in this World Series of Warzone. That was really cool.
Super cool. any
And then of course for Season 4 of Cold War, any of you people, or Season 4 of Warzone, any of you people who are super into that, get hyped for that. I missed that. I looked away. I was doing other stuff, so I didn't get to do that. See whatever was going on there. Then Amazon Games announced Lost Ark's Western release this fall, which is their MMO RPG that they released and then unreleased it. Remember?
Yeah,
that was that. And then of course Jeff Keighley being sponsored by Amazon Prime, which was like, oh, secure the bag, Jeff. Secure the bag.
Well, yeah, Twitch Prime.
It was Amazon Prime Gaming.
There you go.
Yeah,
we don't
but it was
the
kind
cool side of Amazon.
Yeah, but it's still secure the bag.
Oh yeah,
big bag. Fat bag,
I'm sure
probably.
it paid for everything.
Oh yeah, 100%. Then Intersoft details an Among Us roadmap plans, just some stuff coming to the future, and then they showed off Map 5, which was a one pixel.
It was like 4x4 pixels, and that was interesting.
He said, "This is all I can show."
Did you see the little Twitter thing he had afterwards? It was like this. It was an argument to even get that.
Yeah, he said, and so it was just a little small thing from Map 5 from Among Us. Really cool. Yeah. Salt and Sacrifice, a sequel to Salt and Sanctuary, was revealed. Really cool. That's the 2D Dark Souls style game. Then this interesting crossover I never expected: Smite cross Stranger Things.
So I didn't realize till afterwards that they're just skins.
Yeah, but it's still.
Yeah, weird. I thought it was cool because I thought there was characters but just skins. So
I was like, oh, they're gonna put the Demogorgon. They're gonna put L.
Still weird that Smite's kicking.
Still popping and then crossing over with Stranger Things. I don't know.
I feel like everything's crossed over with Stranger Things at this point.
Yeah, Stranger Things have got their own things. Yeah, it's a little. I don't know.
Not for me though.
Yeah,
cool though.
Yeah. Then Koch Media came out and launches their Prime Matter publishing label with 12 announced games. I don't remember all the games. I don't know if they're listed here. But they announced a publisher, which is a weird thing we don't usually see at a thing, which was cool, though. It was cool.
Yeah.
2 Point Campus got a world premiere. That's the 2 Point Hospital sequel. If you've ever played 2 Point Hospital, it's like an interesting funny management game, but this time it's a campus for school, which is cool. New Painkiller announced. Everyone was like, oh, our most famous game, Painkiller, is getting a sequel. Never heard of Painkiller.
Me neither.
So I don't know. Payday 3 was announced.
That was cool.
For PC and consoles.
That's part of the...
Coming in 2023.
Was that part of the Koch Media thing?
Yeah, I think it was part of the little, which was an interesting trailer for them to chop it up the way that they did.
I was really confused at first, but it made sense.
Weird. Rocket League crossing over Fast and Furious with a super funny teaser of the plane going into the plane and having like the car, and then you see the ball.
Yeah.
And then the ball rolls out.
Very
and the
Fast and Furious style trailer. It was pretty cool.
It was funny. It was funny. You love to see it. Solar Ash got a new trailer. Solar Ash, of course. Andy Cortez, super hyped for Solar Ash. It's from the team that brought Hyperlight Drifter, so he's super hyped.
It's just the colors for me, man. It's so pretty.
And I'm in. I'm 100% in.
Very.
Then the Anacrusis announced by Stray Bombay at Summer Game Fest. I don't remember what this was, so could not tell you. The Dark Pictures Anthology got the announcement of their next game, House of Ashes. So that looked cool. I haven't played any of the other Dark Pictures Anthology. They don't seem to be performing well, but this one seems to be a little bit different.
What was the first one? Until Dawn?
No, well, that's not part of the anthology. The anthology was Man of Medan. Another one on a boat.
I thought Until Dawn was part of the anthology. So I've played none of them.
Yeah, you played none of them. And then this one, which seemed a little different with like soldiers in Afghanistan and like guns and stuff. So
yeah, it seemed pretty interesting.
A little bit different.
But I don't think...
Then Bandai Namco shut off a new Tales of Arise trailer. I was kind of into that. I didn't think I would be because I thought Tales of Arise was like a weeb an anime like turn-based game. Yeah. But then I realized it had action combat.
I need to see the combat with and over. I need to fully understand how the combat works
because you know how they do that.
You played Xenoblade. You know where it's like, oh, this combat looks cool, and really you're just pressing X.
Yes.
And letting it do it.
Need to see it, but at least from what I've seen, I was like, I can get into this. The graphics, the style, seems like the story. If this is the actual combat of the game, I think I can get into this. Yeah. So Tales of Rise, looking real nice. Planet of Lana trailer. Don't remember what that was.
I thought you liked that one.
Did I?
Yes, I think you did.
Was that?
I can't remember.
Hold up. You know what? Let me just bring it up on my phone. Actually, no, I did because I said I'm immediately sold on this. I remember.
Immediately sold and immediately forgotten.
Yeah, sorry. Dude, we've watched a lot of fucking trailers, man.
I know.
We watched a lot of trailers.
We're not even...
this was the one that was like the side-scrolling one that was very pretty. Hand-painted. So, yeah, Planet of Lana. Get super excited for that. I'm going to throw that in my GG after this. GG. Monster Hunter Stories 2, Wings of Ruin got a new trailer.
Shout out Isaiah. Amiibos.
Oh, the Amiibos look nice.
They do.
I know Isaiah's excited for this. We're not, but he is. Overwatch 2 Baptiste and Sombra redesigns were shown. That's all we got.
My favorite thing was on Twitter. Somebody posted the original picture of Sombra and the new one and said, "Spot the difference."
They're the same.
Yeah,
they're the same.
Yeah, so. Overwatch 2 is just an advanced spot the difference game.
Yeah,
but
I mean, it's not.
They're doing nothing for me so far.
Yeah, Endless Dungeon crawls into Summer Game Fest 2021 with a new gameplay trailer. Cool. I was really excited for this. Over the top. Gunplay Diablo style game. I'm into it, and plus I love the other Endless games, so I'm hyped for that. Fall Guys Ultimate Knockout gets a 2B skin with the Nier collaboration. I know Chance was super excited for that. He's probably not gonna play it, but he was excited. He was excited.
Weird, but cool.
Yep. Call of Duty veteran devs reveal a new Deviation game studio. An announcement of a game studio. Another thing that we don't usually see.
Yeah. So he had publishers and developers.
Mm-hmm. And then get hyped. I should have worn my damn shirt. A new Tunic trailer and an exclusive Xbox demo coming out on Monday. Well, actually tomorrow. Coming out tomorrow. Unveiled at Summer Games Fest 2021. Tunic. It's not dead.
I think you should do a live gameplay reaction
of Tunic. Because they re-released the same demo that I played 2 years in a row at PAX and on the Steam thing. You know, cool. But then, they came out and they announced, hey, it's a new trailer. Then I seen the dude's face and he said, hey, I'm alive and I'm still making the game. Still no damn date, man.
You know it's going to be a PAX, but it's going to be a different demo.
Will we get a date tomorrow? Because it's an Xbox exclusive demo. I know it was originally announced during an Xbox showcase. Will the date for Tunic come out tomorrow?
So the demo comes out tomorrow.
I think so, yes.
And it's going to be talked about tomorrow. Assumedly.
We don't know. We don't know if it is.
I'm sure they're probably going to have a
it was originally announced at Xbox, so during their little indie section, ID at Xbox section.
I don't know. I don't think so.
Maybe. I don't know. Where's Tunic? I can't wait. I'm just glad it's not dead. Get hyped. Everyone get hyped. Then what?
I like how that was the hype piece of news. And then followed up with something not nearly as cool.
Yeah. The Elden Ring. We got an actual trailer with a little bit of gameplay for it. Completely unexpected for me. For Jeff getting excited. He said, finally, it's happening. Mm-hmm. It's time. And I was like, Jeff, calm down. Like, I don't know. And then it came out, Elden Ring, and I was like, all right. Then it popped up the splash, and I was like, okay, he's not going to get a date. Boom, a date hit down January 21st of 2022.
And then a gameplay trailer right after, too, right?
No, yeah. The date was after the trailer.
Oh, okay.
But, yeah.
It looked
crazy.
Great.
Yeah. It looked... I mean, it's not for you.
No.
A little more open world. We got some gameplay with the horse. Got some fighting. Super excited for Elden Ring. Still
I'm excited
only know a little bit of the story. You excited for the homies?
I'm excited for the homies, and I'm excited that we can move on to a new bit.
Yeah.
Because it's been Elden Ring for a long time.
Elden Ring, yeah. And now we know a date, which it will probably get pushed, I imagine.
No way it comes out What did they say? December?
January 21st of 2022.
Okay. No way.
Yeah, it probably gets pushed April.
I don't know.
If I'd imagine. It's FromSoft. I don't know. Who knows? But that was super hype moment.
Cool.
Then there was a Tribes of Midgard trailer, which looked like a cool kind of game. I don't know, just cookie cutter. Vampire the Masquerade Blood Hunt closed alpha was announced during it. Cool. I thought it looked more interesting than the other Vampire the Masquerade stuff that they've had going on. Then Evil Dead the gameplay premiere. That looked not bad.
I didn't get to see that. For clarification, we've been working through most of this.
Yeah, so it's hard to watch all of it.
It's in and out.
Day jobs. It actually looked good.
I believe you.
I was into it. You should watch the gameplay trailer. It looks good enough that I kind of want to cop it.
Is it like a hack and slash? Or
no, it's like an over-the-shoulder 3D action game. You should really watch the trailer. Yeah, I was really into that. And that's it for the Summer Games Fest kickoff. All in all, I would say a really good event, especially some hard hitters there.
Way better
Elden Ring at the end was like, damn, okay, cool. Jeff holds it down. And, of course, him announcing that the Game Awards will come back as an in-person event this year in December at the Microsoft Theater. That's nice.
We're going to land tickets?
No. That's invite only, usually.
We're going to land tickets or not.
I said what I said. Now it's time for the Guerrilla Games Showcase. Get ready for word salad of indie
Welcome
games
to your E3 recap now.
to get tossed at you. So starting off with Guerrilla Games, there was also a Wholesome Games Direct immediately after, but it was game with like 10-second trailers, and I didn't want to shove all that down your throat, and there wasn't a ton notable. So Guerrilla Games Showcase. First, they kicked it off with Origami 2. Did you play the original Origami?
No way they didn't kick it off with Origami 2.
Yeah, they did.
This is all in alphabetical order.
Is it? Well, Origami 2 was the first thing shown.
Was it? Okay.
Yes. It was the first thing shown.
Fair.
This is in alphabetical order, but it was the first thing shown.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. So they kicked it off with Origami 2, which was
cool.
Nice. Did you play the original Origami? Stealth-focused game that you could play co-op, okay, which was very good, very enjoyable, but was very, like, mechanic light. Origami 2 looks to be like Origami 1, but turned up to 1,000. A ton of new mechanics that weren't in the first game. Grabbing onto ledges, all these new abilities, these new skill trees. The graphics were turned up times 10. It looks a lot better. Being able to hide in grass, being able to take out enemies. It looked like the areas were a lot better. The first one had a lot of like light cones and not light cones, and all you had to do was worry about walking into light cones.
That's my least favorite game mechanic.
Yeah, this one seems to be a lot more cooler than that. Staying co-op focused. I'm hoping Chance is interested in this. We can cop it and play it in co-op. That's interesting. It looked really, really good and a notch above Origami 1. So this looks like one of those sequels where it's like, if you enjoyed the first game, you're really going to enjoy the second one because it's just the first one, but way better.
Yeah.
Way better. Akatori. This was a Metroidvania colorful pixel art game. If you remember with the girl running across the water. I don't know. That one looked pretty good. Archvale. This was the Enter the Gungeon ripoff style. It was like, I think it's Nuclear Throne, but it was actually not Nuclear Throne. It was Archvale. I thought it was Nuclear Throne coming to consoles, but it's a completely different game. So I was like,
just another ripoff.
That's a ripoff. That Enter the Gungeon, Enter the Gungeon.
Yeah, of course. With that.
The bullet hell style game that got announced. Arietta of Spirits. Do you remember this one?
No, I missed most of the Guerrilla Collective.
Yeah, this was the over the head pixel art game. Seemed to one of those kind of like Spiritfarers type like emotional. There was some hack and slash stuff, but like one of those more emotional style games focusing on the emotion and things like that. Batora Lost Haven. This was the combo hack and slash twin stick shooter that Spencer said he was into. I mean, yeah, nothing popping out at me. Bats the game. This was the side scroller game that kind of looked like Katana Zero. That was very, very bloody. It looked okay.
I did see that.
Looked okay.
That was the same thought I had. I thought because I wasn't listening. I was watching. I was like, is this a Katana thing? No,
it wasn't. Then Behind the Frame. This was a Ghibli style puzzle game.
If this is the one I think it was, I think I like this a lot, and I didn't know if I should.
What?
Because I watched it. I didn't listen to it, so I didn't really understand what was happening. But I was watching it, and it looked really cool.
Yeah, I mean, it did look cool. The one from the Wholesome Games Showcase kind of, I thought, gave off similar vibes, which was to the left.
That's the one I saw.
To the left. That's the one that was like, you talking about oddly satisfying the game?
Yes.
That was from the Wholesome Direct.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So this one was a little bit different, more focused on like emotion and things like that. Most of these are that way. Then they announced Black Book, which is a deck builder, but also an over-the-shoulder 3D. It was like a 3D over-the-shoulder, like Assassin's Creed style exploration game, but the combat was deck builder.
Sure.
It was fucking weird, dude.
Weird.
It was super weird. Blooming Business Casino and Animal Casino game where you run a casino filled with cute animals. Gotta love it. Nice. BPM Bullets Per Minute, a game that's already on PC but announced it was coming to consoles. That's the Doom, like old school Doom style with the music rhythm game.
Yeah.
So it looked really good. more on. Oh no, this is not more. This I was thinking of a different game. Death Trash.
You were thinking Death Store?
No, I was thinking of Trash Sailors. Death Trash, a kind of looked like Kentucky Route Zero, asymmetrical game where you explored a wasteland. Looked pretty good. I'm kind of into it. Demon's Mirror. This was the deck builder cross match 3 game, which was interesting. I don't know. I was like,
that was a different match 3 game that I was excited about.
This is a little weird. Then they announced Demon Turf, which was like an art house style platforming game. Then they announced Despot's game, which I was really into. This is the roguelike auto battler, which is you make an army of humans to fight random things, and then they battle on their own. But a roguelike style. I was actually really interested in this game. Really, really interested. So can't wait to see more. Fire Girl, which is a 2D pixel art style game that kind of looked like Cave Story, like a story-driven, narrative-driven, maybe Metroidvania. They didn't really get into that, where you play a fireman girl.
Okay.
Putting out fires and stuff. It actually looked pretty good. Looked right up Chance's alley. I know he'd be hyped for that. They announced Ghost Runner was coming to Switch.
Cool.
Which was cool.
Good.
Grime, this was the game that had no gameplay and was like a little rock dude with a black hole head. I don't know what was going on there.
Last time I got excited about a rock game with no gameplay, I got shafted.
What was that?
Speaking about NSR, No Straight Roads.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
So I'm hesitant.
Yeah, of course. Happy Humble Burger Farm. This is a survival horror, fast food management game.
Like FNAF?
I don't know. I looked away. I was delivering mail. It was hard to see, so I don't know. Hello Neighbor 2. More of the same.
Yeah. I'm shocked that game's not out yet.
Yeah, me too. Hunt the Night. This is the over-the-head, but Bloodborne style. Like over-the-head style game. Looked pretty good. King of the Hat, a game that we played at PAX. Well, I don't know if we played, but we watched people play it at PAX. Yeah. Just a multiplayer style game in the vein of like, Gang Beasts. More 2D though, but in like Gang Beasts, Towerfall, Ascension, things like that. Really cool. Katsuni Tales looked like Fox Mario ripoff.
Fox Mario?
Like a little fox.
What's the suit actually called?
Huh?
It's not called Fox.
What are you talking about?
When Mario has
that's Tanuki.
Yeah, I'm thinking of Tanuki.
No.
Fox Mario.
That's a ripoff of Mario, but it's a fox.
Oh.
Like you're hitting question blocks and you're just a fox.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Not Fox Mario ripoff. No, you're good. My bad. Loot River. This was a Tetris style roguelike game. Were you in this one?
Just because of the descriptors you used here.
Not what you're thinking. You get on little pieces and you move the pieces around with the right stick, and then you hack and slash enemies and you kind of move around. It's not what you thought it was. Which honestly, that's free money. Somebody make that. Somebody make that. Neverwinter. They announced a new Bard class for the MMO Neverwinter. Not really our style of thing. No Longer Home, a Telltale style game, narrative driven, that was about people's personal adventures. Wrong word. Personal difficulties with gender identity and stuff. Looked really cool. Of course, that's when you see the Twitch chat get to go fucking stupid. Potion Craft Alchemist Simulator. I just seen this. I didn't get to watch it. Again, I was delivering mail. Sorry. Day jobs really kick our ass on this type of thing. Raji and Ancient Epic Enhanced Edition. We've seen that before.
I'm about to say we've seen Raji before, right?
Yeah, that's the one that's like developed in India, the hack and slash style game that won some awards. Raw Men, Food Fighter Arena.
Raw Men.
Which is like a cool... You ever play games like Screen Sheet or...
Yeah,
things like that. It's kind of like that, but what you're like ramen dudes, and you're different game modes, like you're throwing meatballs, and there's one where you gotta... It's kind of like Rocket League, where you got a little boba ball, and you're trying to hit it into stuff. It looks kind of... It was kind of a vibe. It was kind of a vibe. Cool. Splatoon style graphics. Robo Dunk was a robot NBA Jam. That's cool. Sable, again, got another trailer. Serial Cleaners... You're not a serial killer. You're a serial cleaner. You sneak into places to clean shit, and you gotta like not get caught. It kind of looked cool.
I kind of like that.
Severed Steel looked very much like whatchamacallit, Super Hot. In the movement and style, but it's like this. I liked it because the movement, like a lot of sliding and slowing down time, and kind of Katana Zero in 3D. And a lot of badass, like, doing backflips, shooting people in the head, like, doing crazy shit. I was really into this, and I hope it comes to consoles. Slime Heroes. Kind of like... It looked kind of like Nobody Saves the World. Where you know how you kind of upgrade your character and you do all that type of stuff. You're a little slime, you gotta save the world. You're the only thing not caught by the blight, and you're a slime. And it looks cool. Light of the Darkness. 2D... game. I don't know, so many games, it's hard to tell. Trash Sailors we've seen before. Just seen more on that. Unmetal was a top-down stealth game, which actually looked pretty cool. Looked very funny. Kind of like Metal Gear. Looked really, really funny. Venice 2089. This is a quiet exploration game where you're in Venice.
Okay.
Nice. Love to see it. White Shadows was a brand new game, or the first game ever from a brand new developer, where it's like a weird kind of horror-y vibe with like animals and pigs and sheep, and it's in black and white, and you play as a bird. It looks really cool. And then Wolf Stride was a black and white turn-based mech game.
All right.
That's it for the Guerrilla Collective. Sorry to hit you with so much info. If you want any of the dates on any of these games, just look them up. I'm sorry I couldn't get them together. There's a lot to go through this week, and we're going to be pumping out a lot of content.
It's time for the big boys.
Yep.
Stuff,
Ubisoft Forward came out swinging, in my opinion.
Oh, I think they did it.
So let's get into the Ubisoft Forward. Rainbow Six Extraction. We got to see that game in full with gameplay. Actual things of like knowing what's going on.
Cinematics.
And if we had to say one thing that it's like Left 4 Dead cross Rainbow Six Siege. You and 4 buddies fighting through some shit. You and 2 buddies. Two buddies.
Stealthy Left 4 Dead.
Yeah. Shooting through, killing aliens. We now know it's not zombies, it's aliens. Mm-hmm. You get to safe rooms.
Yeah.
Boom, 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 get some stuff. It gets harder afterwards.
You get to use your Rainbow Six abilities. You use the same people from Rainbow Six.
But, interesting little tidbit, your character can get caught. Then you got to play a different operator to do an extraction mission to pull them out. I was really into that.
Yeah. And the gameplay looks clean. I mean, Rainbow Six is already a very clean game, I feel like, gameplay-wise. So it makes sense that this will be pretty clean looking immediately off rip.
And you can play it single player, they said.
Yeah, 1 to 3 players. You're upgrading your characters as you go, which is cool. That's not something that's in Rainbow Six, right? Yeah. So if you play Sledge, I'm guessing you can upgrade your little robot guys.
If you lose them, you lose all the shit. You got to extract them to get that upgraded guy back. Like that's very much worth noting.
So it seems very interesting concept. Hopefully it's not crazy expensive because I would like to play it.
Yeah. So. Oh, I would like to play it as well. And hopefully we can get the gang together, you, me, Chance, go in on Xbox and play some of this Rainbow Six. Then they showed some quality of life updates coming to Siege, some crossplay between finally coming out. Worth noting, the Overwatch announced crossplay this week as well. So that was a thing.
Good for them.
So just some quality of life updates coming to Siege and some stuff coming in the future. An animated intro for one of their new characters called Thunderbird. Then Rocksmith Plus was announced. Just more Rocksmith, but a lot better, a lot more new stuff.
Very cool if you're trying to learn guitar.
Yep.
It's been very well made.
Yeah, it's been 10 years since Rocksmith, and we're finally getting some newer stuff, which is nice.
I'd like a not as intensive guitar game. Specifically, give me Rock Band and Guitar Hero again.
Yes, of course.
But
love to see it.
Rocksmith.
Then finally seeing more of Riders Republic with a release date of September 2nd. Riders Republic soon looked fucking cool.
Yeah.
Looked cool.
Looks like there's a lot more than I thought there'd be.
It looked like steep, but instead of just snowboarding, you got snowboarding, mountain biking, parachuting, flying, shit like that. Looked honestly really, really dope.
I'm excited to play that.
Me too. And I'm hoping we can kind of get some multiplayer stuff going on in there, maybe in the open world.
I don't know. It just looks fun.
It just looked like stupid fun.
Because before I was like, okay, this is just going to be pretty bland.
Racing game.
Yeah.
Is what I thought.
But no. There's a lot going on here.
Yeah.
So I'm excited
different type of game modes, racing, all kinds of different shit, and just being able to play, like, honestly, probably an incredible undertaking for just developers to have to develop that many, like, with your parachuting and your flying, and then you're snowboarding and you're grinding and doing all that. But then the first person mountain biking is like, a whole bunch of different shit. That was probably hell. But hopefully this game's good, and me and Chance will probably get to play it. I'm excited. Brawlhalla with a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle crossover.
Cool.
That was nice. Love to see it.
It looked fun.
Ghost Recon Breakpoint will be able to participate in a 20th anniversary event.
Agreed.
New content coming to Cars. New content not coming to Cars. The 2006 license game. New content, Cars and Tracks coming to the Crew 2. Then Just Dance 2022 coming November 4th.
Nothing. They didn't really show off anything cool.
Yeah, just new songs. They showed a crossover with an artist that I didn't know.
I'd never heard of.
So then Assassin's Creed Valhalla DLC.
Nice.
Which is nice. And then announcing they're going to be supporting it with a second year of DLC.
Year 2.
Yeah, which
Who
they've
would
never
have
done
guessed?
before. They've never done it before.
Not me.
Especially,
cool.
That makes me worried about possibly Assassin's Creed not coming out this year or next year.
Yeah.
So
that's
I don't know.
cool, though. The more times between Assassin's Creed games, I'm honestly okay with it.
The better they're going to be.
Yeah.
Then Werewolves Within, which was their movie.
They're making a movie.
Which is like apparently a adaptation of a video game that I never heard of.
That was the movie whole thing. It was a game
funny.
You never heard of. It looked okay.
Yeah, and then they showed some stuff about their streaming show.
I
didn't write it down, but
it's Apple Plus. It's what is it called? Something Quest. Mythic Quest.
Mythic Quest. That's what it was. Yep. You are
Which
correct.
honestly, it looks kind of interesting. There's a lot of actors in it that I like, so I might watch it one day.
Yeah. Maybe I think I'll watch it because it comes to streaming a week after the theater. So I think I'll at least watch it, depending on what the streaming service is on.
I was talking about Mythic Quest. But
Oh shit! Fuck, I was zoned.
Yeah,
I don't think I'll watch Mythic Quest. I don't think
Why
I'll
not?
watch it. I'm not super. It has really good scores though.
That's why I'm like, clearly, if it's good enough to still be coming out,
Yeah.
maybe I should give it a shot.
Yeah. I might give that a shot. I think I'll definitely give Werewolf.
What is it? But it's on like it's like Apple something, right?
Apple TV. Fuck yeah, maybe not then. Maybe a free trial.
Maybe.
Free trial, just binge it.
Get a week.
Yeah, just binge it. I don't know. Then, of course, this leaked ahead of time, but we finally got to see it with some gameplay. Mario plus Rabbids Sparks of Hope, which is just Mario plus Rabbids Galaxy.
Looks great.
Yeah, actually looks really good.
Galaxy
a lot of new
Winner.
stuff. It's not just Mario plus Rabbids 2 with new shit. There's like new shit here.
Yeah, mechanic-wise,
Fundamentally, the gameplay's a little different. They've got rid of the grid. Mm-hmm. Seems like your character, their movement area, you now just run around in the 3D space.
Yeah.
Instead of the grid, which is nice.
Mm-hmm.
And then
a lot of new weapons
Yes.
and different ways to
adding the
approach
Lumas, Rabbid Lumas.
Rosalina.
You're
is in
going,
the game,
you're
presumably.
going through the galaxy to save stuff, and then adding new action elements to the combat. So what you assume that means is kind of like Paper Mario, timing-based hits, things like that. I know there was a thing where it showed him in the turn-based run up and grab a bomb and throw it in action because the bomb was going to explode.
There's something
that.
they did with this game that they seem to have a problem doing with most Mario games is adding characters that I don't know.
Yeah,
and new characters,
new villain, and then whoever that rabbit was that was green and purple.
Yeah,
that seems so extravagant that has to be referenced to some sort of character, but I don't know.
But maybe
what
it's
it is.
not, and if it's
then,
not, that's cool.
Yeah, that is cool.
I'm
and
cool
then,
with new Mario characters.
Then the villain was new.
Yeah,
it looked like a Donkey Kong at first, but then it just was kind of like an ape-looking character.
Yeah,
but no, not Donkey Kong. So
that's
exciting.
all I've kind of wanted is not Mario games to branch out a little, because like Paper Mario didn't introduce anything new.
No,
really.
Nope. Except the origami people, but
those were all. I mean, okay, yeah,
just two origami characters.
But I don't know. Just more variation.
I'm more excited for this one than I was for the first one because I like more action-y things.
Well, I think everybody was so hesitant about the first one because it's Mario Rabbids. How in love with that can you be?
Yeah, but then it ended up being a bop, and then
it was great.
Make a second one. That's nice. It's nice to see Nintendo still work with Ubisoft, and they even said it in their thing was like it's cool for these crossovers. Which their next crossover announced at the very end. Their one more thing was Avatar: Frontiers of Pandora announced for next year. Which if it's anything like the movies, we won't see that game for 5.
No.
Yeah. But
snooze.
Anyway, yeah, it was kind of a snooze for me.
I mean, it looks good.
It's just cinematic, so it's hard to tell. We don't know the gameplay. True. We don't know anything. It was just cinematic. And honestly, you could have told me you would show me a trailer for the movie, and I would have believed you.
I don't know. I just don't care for the franchise in general.
Yeah.
It's been too long touted this huge thing.
Yeah.
And I just can't care about it.
Then the Gearbox showcase, which we don't have a lot to say about,
except you just skip over Devolver like that?
Did it? Oh, I didn't put Devolver in here.
Oh, okay.
Give me your recap.
So they did their 30-minute direct.
Of course.
Hilarious bits.
Of course.
Wonderful. I think you should watch it just because it's funny.
Ah, yeah. I will.
And they showed off like 4 games, or maybe 5.
It's hard to tell which one. Some of them fake usually.
I think they were all real.
Okay.
I can go to their website, Devolver. Hold on, DevolverMaxPassPlus.com.
What the fuck? DevolverMaxPassPlus.com.
Yeah, it's your subscription service that's free to allow you to buy games.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah. Trek to Yomi.
Okay.
Which I don't remember that one.
Okay.
I think that I was working on that. Wizard with a Gun looks really cool.
Does it?
It
sounds
it's kind of
cool.
set in this Western kind of vibe, but you're a wizard.
Ooh,
you're
on the
doing
Switch.
potion stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and it just looks really cool. I don't know if it's multiplayer. I think it was single player, but that's coming to Nintendo Switch in 2022. Inscription. Now, this game looks really good. It's honestly, I'll just show you some of the trailers so you can kind of get an idea of what it looks like. Maybe not.
Really?
Finessed.
Okay.
Oh, shit. Never mind.
Okay.
Inscription, it's kind of like a card dealing game.
Mm-hmm.
It's almost like Slay the Spire, but the art style is very different.
Yeah, I'll watch the trailers after this.
It's very good. I'm excited for that. And then Tumble Time is a new mobile game that they're releasing, and that'll come out pretty soon. They didn't give a date on that, I guess. And then let me see if there was anything else. Death's Door, I think. Focus.
I'm hungry. I'm trying to ask her to make tequilas.
Oh, I'm hungry too. Death's Door.
Huh? We have dinner plans with who? We got dinner plans with Kylie? Where? Oh shit! You know what? There's a podcast going on.
Yeah, bro. Damn, I'm offended. That Jordan's got plans. He's got stuff to do. I got places to go after this. You gonna have a conversation about food right in front of me?
Sorry.
Jesus Christ, Death's Door. Have you heard of it?
No, I have not.
Okay, Chance was about it. Phantom Abyss. This is like a Indiana Jones temple puzzle type of thing.
What's the predecessor to Temple Run? Pitfall.
Yes, no, it's not like a endless runner. It's like you're actually just in a temple and you're like trying to get through it and stuff.
Okay.
That one might have been multiplayer. Shadow Warrior 3. It's just Doom.
Yeah, we've seen some of this already before.
But it was like it was good Doom.
Mm-hmm.
So that one was good. And then Terra Nil is a reverse city builder about ecosystem reconstruction.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't watch that one. And then the only physical, never digital version of Demon Throttle.
Okay, cool.
So that's what you got from Devolver. Go and watch that conference. They're really funny. Yeah. 4 years of
maybe
now. Skip
this next conference though. Gearbox.
Trash.
Probably one of the worst E3 conferences I've seen in a long time. Wasn't cohesive at all. Mm-hmm. Wasn't very well put together. I was convinced for the first 10 minutes that I was not watching an E3 press conference. I was like, am I on the wrong video?
There was nothing new or of value.
They showed... They actually didn't show shit.
They showed the same trailer for Wonderlands.
Yeah, they showed the same trailer for Wonderlands. They showed a commercial for Homeworld 3 probably 4 times. Andy Pitchford just ran around the set, but we didn't get to actually see any of the set, just white walls of the Borderlands movie for 20 minutes. And
all the characters in costume, so you didn't get to see what anybody looked like.
And then, that's it.
Yeah.
That's pretty much it.
Godfall's coming to PS4.
Yeah.
And it's getting matchmaking, and that's all Gearbox had.
What a garbage conference, man. What a colossal waste of time.
Didn't they?
I think it was just. I think Randy Pitchford was like, I just want people to know that I'm talking to Kevin Hart, so I have to. I have to put together this press conference.
Let's go talk to this director. Let's go talk to these producers.
Let's put me at the front face, running around the Borderlands set, and just fuck all the rest of this. That's what it felt like, in my opinion.
It's pretty much what it was.
Yeah.
And then even after the end of their press conference, they said, "Hey, we got one more thing for you, kind of about the Gearbox thing."
Yeah.
And then it just cuts back to Pitchford talking about the movie again.
Mm-hmm.
And that was it.
Okay. Yeah. Stupid.
Nothing good.
Yeah. I was like, what? And then when the third time the Homeworld 3 commercial came up, I was like, is this a commercial or is this part of the thing? Because I've seen this trailer and the same voice talk about Homeworld. I don't even know what the fuck this is, man.
And they had this Gearbox University kind of bit going on.
It was like a jokey bit.
But they never
terrible.
It wasn't connected to any of the trailers.
And it was too long. Wasn't very funny. And it had no actual, the Devolver Digital had bits that talked about games in a joking way that were real games. This thing just talked about shit that wasn't. I don't even know, man. It was terrible. But that's it for your recap.
Yeah.
We will see you guys tomorrow to talk about Xbox and Bethesda showcase, which I'm very, very, very excited for.
Yeah, you get the Xbox and Bethesda showcase tomorrow. You get the Square Enix
and PC Gaming show.
Shout out Frankie.
Shout out Frankie. Hopefully she's there again. And we will see y'all later. But that's it for this recap. So there will be no regular episode of the podcast like we normally have. This is it for you guys. So thank you so much for watching and listening to this recap.
There will be a post show though.
And we will see y'all tomorrow.
Goodbye.
A bunch of times tomorrow.